Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Enterprise Group's channel. Joining us is the Senior Vice President and Co-founder, Desmond O'Kell. Welcome, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Living the dream, and yourself?
Very good, Kyle. Right on.
Always a pleasure to have you. So I want to dive right down into this. For newer investors, can you briefly expand on Enterprise Group's business? Kind of give us the elevator pitch to the kind of infrastructure you offer to kind of like energy pipelines.
Well, actually, our clients are producers. So the people who are producing natural gas and oil and condensates are our clients. Many of them are the tier one largest producers here in Canada. What we do is we bring site infrastructure to their project sites. We don't have any drilling equipment or fracking or completions gear. What we do is we bring the site infrastructure to a project. So everything that they need to operate 24/7 in remote or sometimes frontier regions. We bring out the mobile office buildings, the communication towers, lighting, the power for the whole site, heating. These are the kinds of things that we're bringing to the site so they can operate 24/7 in all conditions and stay absolutely in contact with their head offices back in most cases in Calgary.
Great to hear. So do you mind giving us a little bit more insight onto the clients that you're working with right now? I noticed you got some heavy hitters in there like Suncor, but what kind of projects are you operating right now?
Well, certainly. We are regularly servicing some of Canada's largest producers. Our locations are in what we call the foothills play, and which is right up along the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains, right up into northeastern BC. So these are the more natural gas and gas condensate reservoirs that we're servicing for the clients. We do have a location in Fort McMurray in the heating division and so forth. So we do have some diversity there. But we are servicing names like Tourmaline, which I believe just recently is now Canada's largest natural gas producer. Chevron, Shell, Conoco, Petronas. Petronas is obviously a big player. They're an owner in the LNG Canada project, which is out on the currently being built on Canada's west coast. So basically, these are all the natural gas and condensate producers that will be the feedstock. Much of it will be the feedstock for LNG Canada.
Great. So you guys are kind of really a physically demanding business almost. You got to be on site. You got a lot of material. You need fuels. Are you guys getting hit by this kind of hyperinflated market at all? Can you kind of talk about the macroeconomics of your business there?
Yeah, certainly. Well, there is an economic landscape that's a bit different than the last few years. In fact, the last 6-7 years, we've been in a Canadian energy downturn starting in right around this time, about 2014. Things have been fairly lean. We've had to refine the business to operate in a cash flow positive manner with very low activity levels. Well, things have changed. In the past, certainly inside of the past year, we've seen oil and natural gas prices at highs. The last time we've seen that typical era of economics has been, the mid 2000s. We lost natural gas prices in around 2007, 2008, and they finally repaired themselves to the point where, they're at some highs, over the last 20 years. So we're in an environment where there is a little bit of, caution going forward. The activity levels for us are increasing, needless to say, but what is happening is, there's manpower and other issues that we're all dealing with in a like you called an inflated market. It is. The activity levels are going higher, so we do have some challenges, but we're prepared for it, and we've got a very, very finely tuned business.
It's great to hear, Desmond. These are really awesome insights. Is there anything that you're primarily paying attention to? I mean, we're getting toward the end of the year here. Any other insights you can offer to investors as we kind of finish up 2021?
Yeah, we've about a year ago we made some acquisitions in the equipment and some methods that we've been developing. We're pioneers of. Most of our gear is diesel powered. Traditionally, you've got several 10 to 15 diesel generators on site, burning diesel and to power things like the lighting, the power for all the shacks and communication towers and everything on site. What we've done is we have started to retool our fleet. So what we're doing is we're bringing, instead of several diesel-powered generators, we're bringing one very large natural gas-powered unit. So we reduce the noise on site, we reduce the amount of fuel, and this gives us the opportunity to actually utilize the natural gas that the client actually owns on site. So there's huge cost reductions for the client. There's massive emission reductions for the client as well. And as we know, in this world of environmental concern and ESG concerns, that reduction of emissions is not only a good corporate governance issue, it's part of some legislation that we have here in Canada, where they're going to not only need to reduce emissions, they're going to need to track them and eventually be audited on some of these emissions. So we're helping with that, on these sites with the clients.
Great to hear. I really appreciate your time and these insights today, Desmond.
No problem. Thank you so much.
On that note, if you guys ever have any questions, let us know what you think in the comment section below, and we can bring it up to Desmond at a later date. But in light of this, stay cool, stay awesome, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.